All right, so if you're a remodeler and you've ever asked yourself, how much should I actually be spending on marketing? And this video is going to give you a straight answer. Not what a guru told you, not what some random article said. I'm talking about real numbers, real breakdowns, and real strategy for 2025. So you can stop guessing and start planning for real growth. Let's dive in. So first things first is, who is this video for? This video is specifically made for remodeling companies doing about 500K or more in annual revenue. If you relied on referrals, maybe you've dabbled in ads, or maybe you had someone build you a website years ago, but you're ready to take your growth seriously, then this is for you. Because once you start gaining momentum, marketing isn't just a nice to have, it becomes the engine that drives your business forward, but only if it's done right. So next up, we have the golden rule. So most successful companies invest about 5 to 10% of their annual revenue into marketing. Here's what that kind of actually looks like. So if you're doing about $1 million in revenue, that's 50K to 100K per year for you. If you're doing about $2.5 million, then that's about 125K to 250K annually, or about 10 to 20K a month. Now, before you roll your eyes, before you click off, let me say this clearly. You don't have to spend that much to hit $1 million in revenue. In fact, I've met hundreds of remodelers who hit that milestone without investing heavily in marketing, just referrals, relationships, hustles, and doing great. And that's awesome. But referrals alone don't scale well. They're inconsistent. They rely on timing and someone else remembering to recommend you. You can't turn on referrals like a faucet. So if you're trying to get past that $1 million mark, or if you want to be booked out 2 to 3 months in advance, or you want to work with higher quality clients and stop chasing low margin jobs, then you need a real system. And that means investing in marketing, plain and simple. So the big 3 factors on how much you should spend personally depends on these 3 key things. Now, number 1 is your growth goals. Do you want to grow slow and steady, or do you want to scale aggressively in the next 12 to 18 months? That'll determine how much or how close you are to that 10% mark. Number 2 is your market. In small towns or rural communities, you can dominate with a smaller budget, but in competitive cities, you'll need to spend a bit more to kind of get out there. Number 3 is your current lead sources. If you've got 0 inbound leads, you're basically starting from scratch. That'll take a little bit more time to build up the machine. If you're already seeing some Google traffic, maybe your word of mouth is really catching fire, then you're just going to put some more fuel on that. Now, what are you actually buying? So we want to flip this mindset. You're not just spending money on marketing, you're building an asset. Done right marketing gives you predictable lead flow, less stress from chasing jobs, more time to focus on running your business, and better projects with better clients. It's the difference between surviving job to job and running the company that scales and grows on your terms. Now, where should that budget actually go? Here's a basic breakdown of what I recommend with this for a remodeler with a 6K marketing budget. So put about $2,500 into Google Ads and LSAs. These are your fast leads. About $1,500 into a website and SEO, so people find you and your site starts to convert. About $1,000 into CRM and automation, so no lead ever slips through the cracks. And about another $1,000 into content, video, educational content that builds trust at scale. Think about they ask, you answer. It's not just about being visible, it's about being credible. And every part of the system plays a role in generating and closing more leads. Now, the biggest mistake that remodelers make is trying to spread $1,000 across 5 different tactics. A little SEO here, a little Facebook here, some cheap ads, and nothing sticks. It's like trying to fuel a truck with fumes. Instead, pick 1 to 2 key channels, go deep, and commit. Marketing works when you build momentum, not whenever you dabble. So I do want to give you a real world example. We work with a remodeling company doing about $2.5 million a year. They spend about $6K a month on marketing, broken down like this. $2,500 to Google Ads, $1,500 on SEO and maintaining a high performing website, about $1,000 to CRM, automations, and lead tracking, about another $1,000 to educational content, retargeting ads, and some brand building. The result? They're booking out quality jobs in advance, spending less time chasing tire kickers, and growing in a way that doesn't burn them out. So let me leave you with this. Don't ask what does marketing cost, ask what will it return. If you invest $5K a month and bring in $50K in book projects, that's a win. If it saves you 10 hours a week by automating follow-up, that's a win. If it helps you close more ideal clients and walk away from low margin work, then that's a really, really big win. This is about buying freedom, peace of mind, and control, not just leads. So here's the takeaway. Yes, you can grow to $1 million with the referrals, but if you want to scale, if you want consistency, freedom, and better clients, then you need to treat marketing like the system it is. Build a system, fuel properly, track it, optimize it. That's how the best in the game grow. Whew. If you want help figuring out where your business should be spending and where you can put that budget to actually get a return, I'll do a free 15-minute strategy call. We'll take a look at your market, your goals, and I'll let you out a clear game plan based on what you should do if I were in your shoes. No pitch, no pressure, just clarity. The link will be below. If this helped you get somewhere else or you got some info out of this, drop a like, hit subscribe, leave a comment with your biggest takeaway or question. I'll answer every one. I'll catch you guys on the next one.